Here's the mindful man reading from my book Apricot, which is on Amazon KDP. Making me laugh. Which is on Amazon KDP. Harrods. They were greeted by the doorman. He was resplendent in his purple uniform. I'm laughing. He gave them a surprised look, and they went through the glass revolving doors. And Apricot didn't know which way to look as he spun around in the handbag like a top. Everywhere he turned, he was surrounded by wonderful things. Expensive furniture, glitzy watches, and sparkling gold rings of every shape and size, bursting with finely cut diamonds and sapphires which captured the light and threw it back into people's faces. Mary wandered over to the counter as she stared at the trinkets in awe. Mary loved expensive things like jewellery, and she was always looking through the glossy magazines and imagining all of the things she would buy if she only had the money. Unfortunately, she was a poorly paid librarian, and her biggest spending spree was usually at Poundland. But once a week she liked to visit Harrods and imagine a better future for herself. Apricot was losing interest in the jewellery, and his stomach was beginning to rumble in annoyance. He made a squeak to indicate that he was hungry, and they headed up the escalator to the cafe. Apricot looked down at the people on the escalator, and they were all well dressed as if they were going to a fancy dress party. He thought, puzzled. All of the men wore hats of different sizes and shapes, and all of the ladies wore lovely coloured scarves, and the shoes were so well polished that Apricot could see his lovely face in them. He hoped that no one could hear the rumbling of his tummy, as they all looked very posh and polite, and the last thing that Apricot wanted to do was to annoy them. But wherever he went, he made people smile, and gentlemen doffed their caps to him, and one old lady even gave him a wet kiss on the forehead as Apricot gazed at her fat diamond rings in amazement. He'd never seen so many rings on one person.